Galaxy A70 or the Galaxy Note 10, which big screen smartphone should you get? Coming up in this video. So the Galaxy Note 10 and Note 10 Plus just got launched, and although it's not yet available, I was privileged to get the Note 10 Plus for review. I also got the Galaxy A70 about a month ago, and I gave some reasons why you should go for the A70 rather than the S10. So in this video, I'll be comparing the A70 to the Note 10 Plus and telling you what the differences are and which you should go for and who both phones are for. Now, this comparison isn't meant to test speeds and the likes of that. We know that the Note 10 Plus is a much more powerful smartphone than the A70. This comparison is to help you decide based on value, functionality, and personality which smartphone is best for you. So how do you compare two smartphones that are quite different in terms of their price, performance, cameras, and feature sets? Well, let's start with the release dates and the price of these devices. The Galaxy A70 was released in March of 2019 and costs 120,000 naira, which translates to about $330, which quite a lot of people would be able to afford and may not put a major dent in their bank accounts. Multiply this by 3.5 times and you get the price of the Galaxy Note 10, and that's $1,100. Now, this isn't what a lot of people can afford out there for a phone. So if you're on a budget or you know you have other pressing needs that kind of money will solve, stay humble and go for the Galaxy A70. It's still a very good phone and you get a lot for your money. More on this later. However, if you know, and I mean if you know you've got money to spare and shelling out $1,100 won't put a dent in your BA, your bank account, and you believe you need all the glitz and whistles that the Note 10 Plus comes with, then by all means go for the Note 10 Plus. It's a very new device and it's very capable. Launched this August, and there's a lot of reasons why you'd want to go for that phone over the A70. More on this as well later. Now, how do these phones compare or match up to each other? Well, here are the things that are a bit similar on both phones. They both have screen sizes larger than 6.6 inches. They both have battery capacities larger than 4000 mAh. They both have screens that are 1080p or higher. They both have triple camera setups at the rear and single camera setups in the front of the devices. And they both run on Samsung's One UI. Both phones also run on Android Pie 9.0, and that's where most of the similarities end. Now, for most people who are not tech heads or simply do not need the kind of speed or power that the Note 10 Plus offers, you'll be perfectly fine with the Galaxy A70. It's got a beautiful glass-like design that feels and looks good, premium even if you'd like to call it that. And the screen is protected by Gorilla Glass 5. This is, however, in contrast to the Note 10's glass and metal unibody design. The Note 10 is protected by Gorilla Glass 6 in the front and the back of the device, and is a very delicate device. You definitely need to rock a case on your Note 10 if eventually you choose to buy the device. For the A70, not so much, however. You're pretty much safe with your glass-stick design. You'd find an in-display fingerprint scanner on both of these devices. The Note 10 uses the ultrasonic technology while the A70 uses the optical technology. It's much faster and more secure on the Note 10 than it is on the A70. The A70 supports most network bands from 2G to 4G and has very decent speeds. It, however, doesn't support the CDMA network like the Note 10 Plus and does not compare to the Note 10's incredible Cat 20 speed. And one more thing, the Note 10 supports the incredibly elusive Band 28. So for those of you who are on Glow's Band 28, rejoice. With regards to performance on both devices, the Note 10 Plus takes a huge step forward here. For its processor, it sports the Snapdragon 855 with Adreno 640 GPU for the US and China markets, and it sports the Exynos 9825 with a Mali G76 MP12 GPU for other regions. Now, these processors are miles apart from the Snapdragon 675 and Adreno 612 GPU found in the Galaxy A70. To give you perspective on this, the Note 10 Plus scored 341,466 in AnTuTu tests, and the A70 scored 176,833 points in Antutu as well. This is more than 100% performance gain on the Note 10. You have 12 gigabytes DDR4 RAM versus 6 gigabytes DDR3 RAM on the A70. You've got a base storage of 256 gigabytes UFS 3.0 storage against 128 gigabytes UFS 2.0 storage on the A70. Gaming on the Note 10 was incredibly smooth. I had no lag, no stuttering whatsoever, and the graphics were amazing. And I just want to talk about the gaming on the Note 10 for a bit. I'm not a gamer, I hardly play games on my phone, but this device, I loaded Asphalt 9 Legends on it, and I haven't been able to stop playing Asphalt 9 Legend. I played Asphalt 9 for about 3 hours straight, just simply because of how good it works on the Note 10. Moving on, thanks to the 1440p Quad HD screen on the Note 10, you can also downsample your resolution on the Note 10 to 1080p or 720p. On the A70, however, you're stuck on 1080p. Both screens look absolutely amazing, and to be honest, you'd hardly notice the difference between both screens except you put them side by side. In terms of battery life, both phones offer great battery life, with the batteries lasting you a full day of moderate to heavy usage. And you can also charge both phones at 25 watts. Both phones have 25 watt chargers included in their boxes. Although you can go a little bit further on the Note 10, so you can get a 45 watt charger and it would also work with the Note 10. Let's talk about cameras. Cameras on these devices are great, but the ones on the Note 10 offering better photo and video quality. If you're looking to take your photo and video game to a much higher level, you may want to consider the Note 10 Plus, as it offers better results. Dynamic range is much better on photos, and it's got a super steady video mode that's just absolutely mind-blowing. For specs, the Galaxy Note 10 Plus sports a 16 megapixel wide angle, a 12 megapixel telephoto, and a 12 megapixel main camera at the rear. There's also a time of flight camera for depth sensing calculations, and also for use in some AR functions. The A70 sports a 32 megapixel main camera, an 8 megapixel ultra wide sensor, and a 5 megapixel depth sensing camera at the rear of the device. For the selfie cameras, the Note 10 sports a 10 megapixel f2.2 sensor, while the A70 sports a 32 megapixel f2.0 sensor. The Note 10 Plus's selfie camera shoots up to 4K at 30 frames per second video, while the A70 shoots up to 1080p at 30 frames per second. So a couple of things that exist on the Note 10 which you wouldn't find on the A70 are the IP69 water resistance rating, the support for Samsung DeX, stylus, dual stereo speakers, and unfortunately Samsung decided to remove the headphone ports from the Note 10, which I'm a huge fan of. The Galaxy A70, however, retains the headphone port and is made from plastic, which is more reassuring on day-to-day use in the case of a drop. As much as a lot of people would like to own the Note 10, it may be impractical for them to do that. Samsung understands this, and that's why they created the really popular A-series smartphones, so you can get most of the features for the flagships for much less. For those who need the flagship Note 10 and S10s, you'd be getting a much nicer design, better feeling and performing smartphone, water resistance, great gaming experience, better video viewing experience, and smoother software performance. Overall, things are just a bit nicer on the flagship devices. Whichever you're able to afford, you'll be getting brilliant smartphones in your pocket. I hope this video was worth it, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you're not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button. It helps my channel grow. Follow me on social media for more updates. I've got a channel on Telegram where you can get quick news and behind the scene videos. Link to my Telegram channel is in the video description. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.